Welcome you back once again in geological knowledge. So as you all know that is we are dealing with the very important topic that is related to the important sedimentary rocks, and so far we have discussed two videos, and this will be the concluding part of that discussion. In the previous two videos we have talked about the important sedimentary rocks like conglomerate, breccia, sandstone, shale, and what are their properties, chemical properties, physical properties, which are very important from the exam point of view. Okay, and there is a notification also which has been released by Banaras Hindu University, that is the BHUPET or UET undergraduate entrance test and postgraduate entrance test. That schedule has been rescheduled. Okay, so you can check the dates later. Okay, on the exam portal, admission portal, you can check the dates when it will be available. Okay, they have disclosed the dates, but the calendar, the scheme or the schedule, that will be available on the website later. I think date has been given 17 of August or later, I don't remember exactly. You can just check it out. Okay, so less time is remaining. The time which is remaining, you can just go for the revision point of view, that whatever you have studied, on that basis of which you can just revise the topics which are very important from the exam point of view. Your focus should be on the conceptual part, because you must concentrate on the conceptual part and as well as the applied portion, because that will be the, or that should be the topic, or that should be uh, the matter of your concentration. You should concentrate on the important topics which are related to exam point of view. Okay, that's the message I would like to convey you. Okay, so we will today talk the concluding part, that is the important sedimentary rocks. Okay, so let's start our discussion. So this will be the important sedimentary rocks part 3. So far we have discussed two parts, and very the first question, that is dealing with the non-clastic sedimentary rock chiefly made up of carbonate of calcium is known as limestone, sandstone, shale, or breccia. So you all know that is option, that is limestone will be the correct option. Means the sedimentary rock which is chiefly made up of carbonate of calcium. So you all know that is the chemical composition of limestone, that is calcium carbonate or CaCO3. Okay, and we can also call them the calcareous rocks, which are formed basically by the organically or the chemical formed from the chemical or the organic process. Okay, and they commonly, their color can vary white, gray, or creamy in color, and often contains fossils. Okay, so this is the most distinguishing property of limestone, that is they contain fossil in their structure. And limestone, they are identified by their softness. They are very soft. We all know that is calcite, means the calcium minerals. So these are very, if you know the Mohs scale of hardness, so talc, gypsum, calcite. So calcite, that comes up to number 3. So they are the softer minerals. Okay, so the important or the distinguishing property of limestone, that is the softness, fossil content basically, and effervescence. Effervescence means when you will put dilute HCl or the hydrochloric acid on that limestone rock, you will get efferves. Okay, that you will see some bubbles oozing out from the rock. Okay, so that is the effervescence property of limestone. So these are very famous or very peculiar methods by which you can identify limestone in the field. So, and you can see what is the same is given in the description. Limestone are the most common sedimentary rock which are formed from the non-clastic group and are composed chiefly of carbonate of calcium, or basically call them calcium carbonate, with subordinate proportion of carbonate of magnesium. Okay, so some content of magnesium that can also be present. Okay, if magnesium content is more than calcite composition or the calcite component, then that probably called as dolomite. Okay, but if calcium carbonate that is more and carbonate of magnesium is less, then it will be called as limestone. Okay, so correct option here will be option A. Next one is second question dealing with the distinct texture which is shown by limestone is, means which type of texture that is being shown by limestone. Sheeting texture, lamination, fossiliferous nature or mud cracks. So we all know that is the texture. Limestone is a very fine grained rock and it commonly that is compact and massive in nature, and some limestone may have oolitic structure. Organic structures are also very common in case of limestone. Okay, so fossiliferous in nature. Okay, so that is the correct option here will be distinctive texture which is generally shown by limestone, that is fossiliferous in nature. In view of the diverse ways in which the limestone are formed, these rocks show a variety of textures, and the most important textural features of limestone, that is their fossil content. Okay, they are fossiliferous in nature. So most of the fossils which have been reported from the rocks, that rock that can be limestone in most of the cases. Okay, so correct option, as you can see from the description, or option C, that will be the fossiliferous in nature. Third one is which type of limestone is not marine in origin among the following. So here given 4 rocks. Okay, so you have been provided limestone, 4 types of limestone, and which limestone is non-marine in origin. Saline limestone, conquered, chalk or the argillaceous limestone. Okay, so we all know that is conquer is a common nodular or concretionary form of carbonate material which is generally formed by the evaporation of subsoil waste rich. Okay, so subsoil water that is rich in calcium carbonate just near the soil surface, and it's non-marine in origin. Okay, and if we talk about the other saline limestone, chalk or the argillaceous limestone, so they have marine in origin. Okay, their origin that is marine in nature, but the conquer that is non-marine in origin. So correct option here is option B, conquer. Fourth one is the major use of limestone. So you have been provided here uses of limestone and 4 statements are given. Primary source material for the manufacture of Portland cement, used in the metallurgical industries as a flux, used as building stone, and used as source of magnesium. Okay, so these 4 options are given here, and we all know that is the limestone that is the primary source material for the manufacture of Portland cement. Okay, gypsum is another one, but gypsum and limestone that is the constituent material for the Portland cement, and limestone and dolomite they find important application in many industrial and or engineering practice. Thus the limestone is a primary source material for the manufacturing of Portland cement and for a variety of lime. Okay, so lime which are made up of limestone, so they are also part of application part of limestone. Okay, so correct option here is option A. Fifth one is what is metamorphosed sedimentary rocks. You have been given here 4 options, and you have to identify which is the metamorphosed sedimentary rock. Shale, limestone, coal and dolomite. So we all know that is coal can be broadly defined as the metamorphosed sedimentary rock. Why? Because when the plant material or the debris material that is degraded, or that is then just degraded and then decomposed, So after the decomposition or the decaying plant, when the plants decay or the flora decay, when the decaying process of the flora or the plant material that takes place, they got decomposed, and after the decomposition, the pressure and temperature conditions that act upon that material, and after the application of pressure and temperature, the compactness in that material takes place. Okay, so that compactness that provides its layering. That's why coal is generally called as sedimentary rock. But before it occurs as a sedimentary rock, prior to that it must undergo the metamorphosed process or the metamorphic process, and which is generally triggered by the pressure and temperature conditions. Okay, so that's why we can call them coal as a metamorphosed sedimentary rock. Okay, so sedimentary rock, coal is generally a sedimentary rock, but if the material has not gone into the pressure and temperature change, then the sedimentary rocks or the coal that cannot be formed. That's why metamorphosed sedimentary rock we call them. Of carbonaceous character, in which the raw material has mostly been supplied by plants of various groups. Okay, so that will be the correct option here, will be option C. Okay, sixth one is the grade of coal with very low calorific value is, means which grade of coal that is of low calorific value: peat, bituminous, lignite and anthracite. So we all know that is on the basis of the rank and the quality, the coal has been classified into four main groups: lignite, bituminous, anthracite and cannel coal. Okay, and prior to the lignite coal there is another stage, that is peat. Okay, so peat is not considered as a coal. Generally it's not considered as coal, though it is a fuel. Okay, it's considered as a fuel, and it represents the very first stage of the formation of coal. Okay, and we can define peat as a brown porous mass of partly decomposed vegetable material. Okay, and it contains about 85% of moisture. So moisture content is very high, and calorific value that is very low. Okay, so the dried peat that burns rapidly with the long smoky flame, and its calorific value is very low. Okay, so correct option here will be peat, option A. And you can see in the description box, same is given here. So peat is the lowest grade coal that constitutes of only slightly altered vegetable material. Okay, so it's generally not called as a part of coal, or it's not categorized as a part of coal, but it's known as a fuel, and it may not be even considered as coal, as we have discussed, and it has very low calorific value but high percentage of moisture. Moisture content is as high as 85% sometimes. Okay, and is rich in volatile materials. Okay, so correct option here is option A, peat. Seventh question is dealing with the other name of brown coal is peat, lignite, bituminous or the anthracite coal. So we all know that is lignite is also called as brown coal. And why we call them brown coal? Because its color is often dark brown. Okay, and it represents the second stage in the formation of coal. So lignite is also known as brown coal and forms the poorest grade of coal with calorific value ranging between 6 to calorific value that has a low calorific value, that is 6 to 8300 BTHU. So BTHU means British thermal unit. Okay, so the calorific value that is represented in the unit of British thermal unit or BTHU. Okay, so correct option here will be option B, lignite. Question number 8 is dealing what is the hardness of lignite grade of coal: 0.5, 2.5, 5.5 or 9. So lignite is compact and massive in structure. Its composition is, its nature is compact and massive in structure with an upper specific gravity of 1.5 and hardness ranging of 2.5 as on Mohs scale of hardness. So some varieties of lignite, they may still show to good extent the traces of original vegetation sources or the vegetable structure. So the lignite coal has hardness of 2.5. Option B will be the right option. Ninth one is dealing with the highest grade of coal is peat, lignite, anthracite or the bituminous. So we all know that is the anthracite is a hard coal with iron black color. So its color is iron black and its luster is submetallic in form. Its luster is submetallic and it doesn't soil the fingers. If you rub anthracite coal, okay, so it doesn't soil the fingers. It will not stick to your fingers, and it commonly breaks with a conchoidal fracture. So its luster is submetallic and fracture is conchoidal fracture. An anthracite that contain about 92 to 94% carbon and 3 to 8% of volatile material. So volatile matter and the moisture content, that is very low in case of anthracite, but carbon content, that is highest. Okay, so 92 to 94% of carbon. Okay, and anthracite is considered the highest grade coal with fixed carbon that range from between 92 to 98%, and it has highest calorific value in coals and that burns without any smoke. Okay, so there is no smoke when the anthracite coal burns, and the volume or the volume matter, that is negligible, or the volatile matter, that is negligible, as we have talked about, just 2 to 8%. Okay, so correct option, that is here option D, anthracite. Question number 10 is dealing with a civil engineer has to deal with which rock in the majority of cases? Igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, and the ultra basic rocks or the ultramafic igneous rocks. So we all know that is the sedimentary rocks. They are up to 80 to 90% of sediment, the rocks which are occurring on the earth's crust or the earth's surface, they are the sedimentary rocks. And sedimentary rocks cover a great part of the crust on the earth. They make up or more than 75% of the surface area of the landmass, and it is with these types of rocks that an engineer has to deal with in majority of the cases, and it is therefore essential for a civil engineer to know as much as it's possible about the salient features of that particular rock on which a civil engineer or the engineering geologist has to work on that. Okay, so it's very important for that one civil engineer to understand the salient features of that particular rock. Okay, so correct option here is option B, sedimentary rocks. Okay, so this was our discussion about some other very important sedimentary rocks which are very important from the exam point of view. Okay, so questions are generally asked in the exams, that's why we have discussed this third part, and in the continuation or after this part we will move over to the metamorphic petrology, in which we will talk about the what is metamorphism, what are the agents of metamorphism. Okay, so basics of metamorphism, that we will talk in the next video. Okay, thank you.